and welcome back to Prop by the Bar. Our last episode for 2022, it's our Christmas edition, and yeah, we just want to say to all our viewers, well, this is our third year of doing Propped, and what started as what was going to be a 5-minute property market update at the start of COVID, when there was so much conjecture over what was going to happen with properties, turned into, you know,
we're still here.
What is that? 17 episodes later, and our third year, and we've been blown away by how much support and how much commentary we've had over. So thanks to all the viewers. So
yeah, it's been cool.
We've got a little bit of a different episode coming up. We don't have a guest, but we are going to do a bit of a market update, and we've got some property awards to come up.
We do, yeah.
We've picked some beauties, and we're also going to do the old-fashioned street talk. We're going to take it to the street, and we'll just see what some of the Geelong locals have been up to. So
it's going to be good. We're going to go along the Geelong's main trading strip at trading time on before Christmas, when everybody should be out and about. We're going to ask the traders how they're going with Christmas sales and retail trading, as well as pick up a few, how would you say, characters along the way.
So we look forward to that one. Anyway, so market-wise,
it's been pretty good. Depends where you look at it from. There's markets and markets. So
let's talk about the year. So we started obviously in January, and I think even the RBA boss in January was saying no interest rate rises till 23, 24.
Financial Review came out and said that house prices would fall by 30% in about May.
Yep.
And that didn't happen.
That was
again.
Yeah, but you know, from having no interest rate rises to we've just had our 8th consecutive one.
Yeah.
And what have you seen from a?
I think it's been such an interesting year. It's been hard to gauge as things come up and down. It's been hard to find where things are at that particular time. And as valuers, you've had to really look for the most recent evidence to pinpoint it. But you've also got to use a bit of gut feel and actually go to auctions and turn up and be part of the market to see it moving. So it's been hard. I think it's been hard on a lot of agents who haven't been able to get the same volume of sales that probably used to. But I think
agents have had to work a little bit.
Agents have to work a bit harder. Yeah. Which is all part of the cycle, isn't it? And the more experienced ones have, as always, have shown through their colours, because they've most of the really good sales that have happened in the last 12 months have happened by the key leading agents in Geelong. And we've seen some of the other guys unfortunately fall off a bit. But
that's where experience
that's the nature of
counts,
it, isn't it? Yeah. And we've seen, like, there was a sale just only last week between two different agents. One was sold in Duro Street, and it was a factory on 620 square metres, and it sold for 1.2 million on the 2nd of December. 620 square metres of land area, 400 square metres of shedding. A sale within 300 metres of that sale, around the corner, in Cadman Terrace, sold for 663,000. Also 620 square metre block. Also a shed of similar age and similar elk, but a smaller shed of 260 square metres. Both considered mostly land value. 663 to 1.2 million is the difference. And the difference was how they were sold.
Yep.
Just how they were sold. One was sold under the hammer, one was sold private sale without much marketing. So it just shows you that in this marketplace, experience is what comes through.
100%. So for all conjecture with interest rate rises, and you know, people, particularly the media, talk about a depressed market, but if you look at even the last quarter sales right across Geelong, I think there's only 3 suburbs that have had negative growth.
Yeah.
And every other suburb in Greater Geelong has had quite substantial growth.
Even those negative growths have been less than like 1%.
Yeah.
So we actually haven't seen much drop off. We've seen Ocean Grove at like 9%, which is amazing. But every sale you look at and every listing you look at online at the moment along the coast are really strong. The listings through the coast are still strong, but the big numbers, you know, $4 million, $5 million houses still up for sale and being sold, where that's just dried off around the Greater Geelong area a fair bit.
Days on market?
Just stretched out. Yeah, as they should have. Yeah, definitely. And but we're just not seeing the demand from the purchasers, are we, back in residential?
No, and that's the thing. You've seen a lot more passed in, and even though I think weekends Victoria-wide the clearance rate was 58%. Yeah. But you know, we're seeing more being passed in and sold, and it comes down to strategy and meet the market price in, and where the old FOMO experiences certainly ended 6, 8, 10 months ago.
You need to be, I think, it's interesting, but we've still had a couple of good key sales across the year, which we'll mention in our awards later. Yep. But I think if you're going to give an award for a part of the market or a market segment, it'd have to be industrial, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
The industrial market is just going off tap. I can't believe the sales that are coming through. There was a sale came through today that Darcy sold out at Buckley Grove Mall App. Here it is, 1.95 for 1,100 square metres. Sorry, 4,500 square metres of land, 1,100 square metres of building.
Yeah.
That equates to 432 a square metre of commercial land.
In Mall App.
3 years ago, we were valuing that at $80 a square metre. So that is an enormous jump in price for out there, industrial land. And so every day we say, industrials must have hit the mark. It must be, that one's the last one that's going to stop now. It just keeps going harder and harder and harder. So industrial markets are just going crazy.
I think one of my awards is a good industrial.
It is a good industrial
piece
sale.
of land,
we won't touch it yet. We won't steal your thunder. There was just in the last month, 122 Victoria Street sold, North Geelong.
Yep.
At 3.75, which is $967 a square metre. And you've got that site in the corner of Settlement Road and Torquay Road that's sold as well.
Medical. Yep.
Showing really strong rate per square metre. So commercial and industrial land. Really strong. Even though the residential markets might have fallen off, those markets still really strong.
What have you seen commercially happen to the return or the yield?
Yields have come up over the years. So we started the year with 3.5% to 4% yields.
Yep.
We're finishing the year with 4.5% to 5% yields.
Yep.
Across the board. So yields have adjusted to the cash rate.
Yep. And I still find that's what needs to happen for things to be sold.
Yep.
There still seems to be a little bit of a disconnect between where the investors are and when the vendors are because of that
no one wants
movement
to sell
in
it
cash.
probably less than what they think it's worth. So it's that's the talent of
where
the
you're still
negotiation.
finding that owner occupiers are probably see that there's some volatility in. I think it's widely accepted that interest rates have probably nearly hit the roof.
I think we started to turn the corner. Personally, I think if you look at the macro economies, America inflation has come back a bit. Australia's inflation rate's come back a bit at what it was. It was still very high.
Yep.
It was 7.3 in September. It was back to 6.8 in October. So it's starting to fall. And I think once that was what we wanted to see. We wanted to see the inflation curve start to come back over. Probably has to come a bit further away yet.
Yeah.
But to get the Reserve Bank on board, I mean, the Reserve Bank, even after that fall, still did us by another 0.25%, didn't they? So they're not holding back.
But I would expect probably another one in February.
Yeah, I think so.
But before maybe a stabilisation period. And I think once that stabilisation period and people can get used to the dust settling, I
reckon it's going to contract a bit. I reckon it's going to go. We're going to go another one, and then we're going to stable for a while, and then we're going to come back a bit.
Yeah.
And that might coincide with Commonwealth Games. And there is a lot of talk that the Commonwealth Games in Geelong is going to lift the house pricing. There's 7,500 extra jobs that are going to be created from the Commonwealth Games between here, Bendigo, and Ballarat. And that's a lot of jobs. And we're within those population centres. You would think that we'd probably get the majority of those. So that's a lot of jobs.
A lot of infrastructure spent.
Yeah, and a lot of infrastructure spent. Yeah. So, and the port sale. You can't go past the port sale.
Well, it's probably the most significant sale in Geelong's history.
Yeah, $1.1 billion for some port. Not bad for a bit of water, have you?
Not a bad spot though.
Yeah. Well, you got the Spirit of Tasmania pulling up the front door. It helps, doesn't it? And that's a bulky goods port. So that's obviously that sales based on how much goods they can put through the port and how much they foresee that they can do with the port and that sort of stuff. But it's a strong investment from a big international player that's got about $50 to $70 billion under the management. So you've got a very big international player spending money in Geelong. That's a good sign.
Yeah, very good. All right. So before we get on to our highly anticipated awards. Since our last episode, we have had a state election.
We have.
And, the incumbent remain.
Yeah, Christine's still in. And congratulations, Christine Cousins. I think it's third term for Geelong, which is great. And there's
a couple of new members in the Geelong region.
Ella George for Lara. Yep. Congratulations. I met Ella. She's a fantastic person, so she's got to be great. Alison Merchant from out in Ballerine. Richard Reardon hung onto his seat. And Darren Cheeseman hung onto his seat. So it's very much a Labor type region, except for Richard. So, but I reckon that's a good thing with the Commonwealth Games and the infrastructure.
So what does it actually mean?
Well, for me personally, I think there's going to be a lot of infrastructure requirements at Commonwealth Games. There has to be a lot of back and forth and communication and some sort of relationship with the state government that this area's lacked, because there's been all that talk in the media about the council not having a great relationship with the state government. So maybe with more emphasis from the Labor Party here, we might get all that happening a bit more smoother, get a bit more investment and get some of this stuff happening, because we have a lot to do in a very short period of time for the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, it's a very tight, you know, normally get 8 years notice.
Yeah, well the first thing they need to do is get the Central Geelong Framework Plan up.
Yep.
That's pretty clear. And then get some transport linkages going.
I think we've been talking this since our first episode,
I think I wrote an whole article on this. But yeah, there's so much stuff to do, but you know, if they've got the same people on the same side of the table, they should be able to do it, I reckon.
Yep.
So good luck to all of them.
All right, let's get on to our awards. So we sat down and we said, let's give four awards away.
Yep.
And we've both got nominations. And so those are for the sale. These are all 2022 related. So we've got the sale with the biggest uplift. We have the best residential house result, the best landmark sale, and the wackiest sale of the year.
My favourite, the wackiest sale.
The wackiest. So I had good fun looking for the wackiest one.
We said we could look anywhere for the wackiest sale.
So why don't we start with the sale with the biggest uplift?
Okay, so, and when I was thinking, what is the sale with the biggest uplift, I was looking for something Geelong-based where other people could take a bit of a leaf out of the book of what this person's done. But the property is 9 Rotterdam Street, Belmont. Hopefully it comes up, and hopefully that's the old, the original picture that's come up there. It was sold in May 2020 for $348,000. It was then renovated and fixed up and done up, and then resold again this year for $1.3 million. So it's $1 million rise in residential area.
But apparently the reno cost them $2 million.
It did not.
I reckon I got you covered on this one.
I reckon you might, but
so
I think I gave it to you anyway.
I found an industrial sale.
Cheating with industrial.
Well, there wasn't within the rules here. 130 Hills Road, Corio, 12.4 hectare site. Sold.
It's not even entertaining, it's just a block of land.
Well, you'll be entertained in a minute. September 2019 for $4.774 million. Sold in July of this year for $15.8 million.
Actually.
And the whisper is it's been resold.
The rumour is resold.
$25 million.
$25 million. It's a pretty good rumour. For 25, pretty strong rumour.
So I reckon $25 million.
The best thing about that sale, he sold it for $25 million before he settled on it, I heard. So he bought it for 4.7, bought it for 15.8, sold it within the same year for $25 million.
Gotcha.
That's how you make money. That's how you make money in property.
Why don't we move on to the best residential house sale?
Yep. So for mine, I went for waterfront property, and I like this one because really the market was, let's be honest, a bit stuffed. And this property came along, and the agent pushed it, did a really good job of selling it. And it was David Cordes that auctioned this one. Got 5.225, so the property was 5 the Esplanade Geelong, a beautiful red brick dwelling, but just getting a big number in a time when there was no big sales around.
Yep.
It was a really good auction, really good sale.
Is that the biggest resi one this year?
I think it is.
Geelong? Yep.
Yeah, in the great area of Geelong. Yeah, biggest residential sale.
Well, I actually went for a townhouse in Ocean Grove. So it's 53A the Avenue, only in a small parcel of land, but multi-storey.
They're beautiful.
And so it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-car garage. But remember, we're talking townhouse for $4 million.
We'd to value these things. How hard to value. They've used though, amazing, bluff to bluff. Pool in front yard, they're beautiful homes. So I still think mine beats you.
I reckon you've got me covered on this. Best, next one. Best landmark.
Best landmark. Well, I'm going with the Queenscliff Hotel because it only just sold and it's only just come through this week. Sold for $5 million. It's got 16 rooms, 17 bathrooms. It's amazing. I actually stayed there a few weeks ago. Queenscliff Hotel, just ripping building, landmark. It's built in, I don't know, something like 1850 or something, 1800. Yeah. It's good. It's cool. It's a landmark.
Now, I don't know if mine's a landmark, but it is Geelong Institution.
It is.
I'm talking about Home House.
It's a church for some people. It's a church for some people.
It is a church for some people. It's not quite the lyric church. Yeah. Now, it sold for a price of $4.85, which was related to the leaseback situation there. Yep. Had an income of $225. But when you revert it back to a land sale, or value of land, 571 square metres, sold on a land rate of 8,493 square metres.
It's a big sale, big number for Geelong Central, but it is on the lease. And have a look at the cap rate, 4.6% cap rate in this marketplace. It's consistent, isn't it, with what other investment stuff's doing in a city. I'd pay that because I think you're getting 4.6%, but at the same time you've got the underlying speculation for development.
Yeah.
I think it's about right, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Darren will have a good Christmas, won't he? He sold that.
Good on you, Daz.
Well done, Darren.
And our last one is the Wackiest Sale. You can go first on this one.
Well, look, I think you've got me covered because you've got a sneak peek at your one. But how could you go past the island? I think Knight Frank got it listed for sale. It's called Vinstart Island, or otherwise known as Gun Carriage Island. It's based off Tasmania. It's about 2,000 acres or 200 hectares. It's got a 3-bedroom villa on it. You can buy your own island. I don't even know what it's trading for.
So, so the preference on this one didn't have to be Geelong. All right, so obviously we've gone to
we've gone anywhere. Yeah,
and it is an island, and
it's wacky. I mean, you can't get to it by anything other than a boat
or a seaplane. Yeah,
seaplane. Yeah, and it's got a 3-bedroom house that was last lived in about 1880. But you know. I should, Google it. It's awesome.
Well, I've gone for one in Victoria Park in Western Australia.
This is typical of Western Australia.
The address is 18 Teague Street, and I just want you to bring up some photos there, Chris, if you can, and have a look at the interior, because grand sale.
Come on,
if you like Frank Costa, then this is the house for you.
When I first look at this, Mike, when I first saw this, I thought, this is your home, mate. Right. This is you. Now, this is your dream palace.
They've put it in the description here that the home was built by a very prominent and well-known Italian family. Well,
That's why I thought it was all you, mate. I thought this is actually in the Di Stefano family tree. This probably. I'm surprised this isn't.
So those interiors make this my Wackiest Sale.
I think you win too, because that house is next level. How would you get up in the morning and look at that carpet without getting hyperselic?
Anyway, so I think it's time to hit the streets.
Yeah, street talk.
So we're doing a special Street Talk Christmas segment, and we thought we'll have a chat to a few of the traders, see how their year's been and what's happening in 2023. And we've actually got a special guest to facilitate today's little chats. Oi, Santa!
Are you throwing to me?
Right.
Rightio, we're over here standing with Johnny Helmer of Salador, the one and only Salador, Geelong Salador. Thank you, Johnny, for coming out and talking to Santa Claus. What do you want for Christmas this year, Johnny?
Oh, mate, new guitar, maybe a nice bowl of red or something. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I saw you struggling for bowls of red, you know. Hey, so Johnny, your new guitar, that's because you play in a band, right?
I do, yes.
And I heard that the band's Madhouse, is that right?
That's one of the bands, yeah. I've got a cover band called Madhouse. We've been going forever, and we're doing a Christmas show next Friday at the Elephant Castle.
At the Elephant Castle.
Yeah,
I heard about that. I'm going to be there. Santa Claus will be at the Elephant Castle.
I'll throw the keys to the
stars. The 23rd, Friday the 23rd, to see Johnny Helmer and his 9-piece band, Madhouse. It's going to be awesome. But Johnny, we're here to talk about trading and how you're going. How you going to trade right through Christmas? Or?
Yeah, we're open every day through to Christmas, and just closed on the main days. So.
Closed on the main days, but you know, open the rest of the time. So make sure you get down to Salador. This is the place to be, isn't it, Mike?
I'm having a hard time keeping a straight face here, Johnny. But how's the year been? It's bounced back from COVID.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Yeah, we've had, as soon as we could open the doors, people have come back in. We have amazing crew of regulars that come in, and then there's always new faces. People coming down from Melbourne to check out property and all of that. So they're always looking and checking out because they want to see what they're going to live down here.
See what's happening.
Available, what's happening,
where it's going.
So they always test out here, and what we do here too. It's great because we're showcasing Geelong wines, and people, a lot of locals like to bring in people from outside the region to show off the region.
I just like to drink the wines.
Yeah, well, that's
all right. In my stubbies.
And what can we expect for 2023 with Geelong sell it all.
We're going to bounce back, right?
I reckon, yeah, I reckon. We're just, it's just consolidating what we've done this year, building on that and getting things back to normal and how it was pre-COVID and onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards, all right, bloody oath. Let's go ho, ho, ho.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Have a great
Christmas.
one, boys.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Let's go as we wander along. Let's see if we can find some other people to talk to. Over here is Ian Begley. Ian, how are you? And Guy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well,
I'm good,
Merry
thanks.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. What are you expecting for this year?
I'm expecting to survive for another year. That's
Survive
about
for another year.
Oh God.
Yeah,
What's going on?
so you're in the building game, man. You're a big builder around town. How did it go? How was 22?
22 was a busy year. A really busy year. Yeah, very busy year, and everyone was flat out and kept going.
And have you got any wishes for Christmas?
Not really. I've got a birthday on the 23rd of December, and I wish that all that comes together. And I've got a bunch of subbies in the backyard at the Gold Diggers.
Yeah, you got to check out the Gold Diggers, viewers. If you ever, where's the bloody camera gone? Yeah, the Gold Diggers, a ripping pub. And actually, Jacinta, Ian's daughter's a good mate of mine, and she always tells me I've got to go to the Diggers. So check out the Diggers. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Gay. Take it easy, all right? We're going to wander along here and find some more people to talk to.
We got Cam O'Keefe over at West End here.
Oh, yeah, here's Cam O'Keefe. So this is West End. Cam, let's have a look. Hello. Come over.
Oh, he's run away.
We're with you, mate. You can't get out of it that easy.
I'm sorry, Cam, but
Ho, 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 Cam.
here we are with Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
How's the year been, mate?
It's been a whirlwind year. If you think of last couple of years have been about survival, this has been back to growth. So it's been
Booming, Cam.
not booming, but it's been
there's some
towards the end of the year. It's been
Tell us,
the growth.
let the cat of the bag. Let the cat of the bag stay, Cam. Tell us the exciting stuff that's going on at the back there.
So
'cause we know what's happening.
next year
Let's
we're taking over the rear of the building as well, and we're going to have a new neighbour, Movida,
Movida!
which is exciting. So Frank
amazing.
Moore will come down. He'll be down here for months launching it, and super excited for him to be in the neighbourhood. Not just the neighbourhood, but in Geelong as well.
So when's that expected to? When can we expect to?
Well, let's just get through Christmas, but early to mid next year, let's say. Second quarter next year.
We'll crack into it. That's a scoop. That's a scoop. Movida to
Frank
Geelong.
was probably one of the first in the Melbourne laneway scene. So that's a huge boost of confidence, and in terms of testament to what's happening in Geelong at the
Yeah,
moment.
absolutely, and that's one of the main reasons Frank wanted to be in this little precinct, because he loves that laneway feel, and that's what the Movida brand is really, about.
I'm glad he does, because he's going to be stuck down a laneway. So just
a
as well.
laneway off a laneway.
But it's a great spot. I remember as a kid, I've been down that laneway for all sorts of bad reasons. Yeah. So we'll just move on. We'll find someone else. Ho, ho, ho.
Thanks,
Christmas, Cam. Well done. So we are at Pokey Geelong. Poke Bowl, it's right, Poke Bowl? Yeah. And Poke Bowl is a cracking place to come and have some lunch, there's salads and all sorts of stuff. How has your year been?
Good.
Good?
Very good.
And trading's up and about, or how's trading going?
Trading.
Trading, how's it going in Poke Bowl?
Oh, good.
Good? Yeah.
Yes.
And have you got any wishes for Christmas?
Probably that you leave her alone.
I'll leave her alone. What? Tell me, Poke Bowl, is it open through the Christmas period?
Yes.
Yeah. And open through the January period?
Yes.
Yep. Right, we don't want to put that part in, just in case we get in trouble. We'll edit that out. What was your name? Chloe. Thanks, Chloe. Thanks for being on. Pop by the bar. Let's go. Beth?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. How you going?
Merry Christmas.
And what brings you down Little Mallet Street?
We're actually going for our Christmas breakup.
And what's the company? You don't want to tell me? That's all right. You don't need to tell us on camera. That's fine. That's fine. And during the year, did you have a good 2022?
Ups and downs. A little bit less anxiety than the rest of the years, but just making back to COVID normal, which is nice.
Excellent. And are you going to get down the streets and go to some restaurants on the way?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Central Geelong is the best place to be for all of the food districts, especially this strip here.
Yeah.
It's the place to be.
It's a ripper, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so tonight's Christmas party is going to go a bit late. Where are you going to head up? Where do you hope to end up?
Well, I actually want to go to Tomodachi for one of their Japanese cocktails, because they make the best Japanese cocktails in Central Geelong, but also Sailor's Rest.
Yeah.
Because I hear that they've got a DJ on the rooftop tonight.
They do. So this girl is a wealth of knowledge. That's absolutely awesome. Well done. Thanks for being on Street Talk and for Prop by the Bar.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
She was good.
Can we come in, have a chat?
Quick chat.
We're just having a quick street talk chat, Mikey. On the podcast. On the podcast. We just want to, we're checking in on some of the locals to see how 2022 was for them.
2022? Yeah. Best year yet, you know that.
Best year yet.
Uh-huh.
Bounced back from pandemic.
We never had a fall down. That's how we do here, you know. So.
Always on the up and up.
That's it, man. That's it. 2023 is even looking better. So, yeah, good, happy days. Easy day.
Mate, this is a great little studio, isn't it? It's awesome. Well done, guys. Merry Christmas.
See you, Mikey. Thanks, mate. Well, we're at another Geelong institution, Beav's Bar, which is going to be the place to be in about 5 or 6 or maybe 7 hours' time. So come through, Chris. I think Gareth has seconded someone here. Old Santa.
So we're just coming to Beav's Bar. This place will be pumping in about 7 hours. There'll be, you know, elbow to elbow people and beer flowing aplenty, won't there? Siobhan, we're here with Siobhan, and it was Jerry, that's right, sorry. Bad memory, Jerry. So here with Jerry, having a beer at Beav's Bar. This place is cracking. How was your 22?
Not too bad, good. Better than, the few years before that, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's picked up a fair bit, the trade, hasn't it?
It has, yep. It's going to be
You can't get in here some nights.
No, you cannot.
You have to actually show your ID to get in.
That's correct,
Which is very hard for an old bloke who can't find his ID sometimes.
It is,
It needs to be like an old man rule to get in here sometimes. It's a ripping place. And so 23, you reckon that it's going to keep picking up and recovering?
I'd say so, definitely. Once we get some sunshine in January, it'll be bouncing.
What are the opening times over Christmas?
We're open right through every day now till Christmas Eve.
Hear that? All the way through. So you can come here till what time at the night time?
Till 1 a.m.
Till 1 a.m. You might move in here. This sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. That's fantastic. And last question. What do you want for Christmas?
Oh, God, I don't know.
What do you want for Christmas? A bloke in stubby shorts? What about a bloke in stubby shorts? There you go. Bloke in stubby shorts. Thanks, Siobhan. See you later. So I'm just standing in the street, Mike, and look who I bump into. If it isn't the stretching Mr. Barry Fagg. Welcome to Prop by the Bar Street Talk, gents. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Thanks very much.
Merry Christmas.
I'm just going to apologise in advance for what's happening here.
You too. So listen, you're just coming down here to peruse what you're going to buy today?
We're just going to go to Parker Steakhouse for dinner.
A steak? I always thought it'd be more like a Mercedes at this time of the afternoon.
No. We've got to eat.
Absolutely. We finished work for the day.
Excellent. How's 22 been?
Oh, it's been good. It's been good.
It's a premiership year.
Come here with the Cats.
Can't get much better than that.
Can't get better than
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
And what do we think for 23? On the up for Geelong?
We'll do it again.
Yeah, run it too.
Back to back.
Back to back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last question. What do you want for Christmas, Barry? G'day. I'll be over in a minute.
I just want to have a happy home life.
Happy home life. We all want that. All right. Merry Christmas. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being on.
Thanks,
Prop.
guys. Enjoy steak. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Just a little bit too comfortable doing it, isn't it?
Way too comfortable.
It's just way too comfortable for my liking.
Boys, how we going?
I like how he just barges in. It's just...
Let's drop it in to say g'day.
Yep.
G'day, boys. How we going?
How you going?
Good. So what do you do?
I'm a prostitute.
You're a good looking one too. What about you?
Bike mechanic.
What? You two could get along well.
Another bike mechanic.
Another bike mechanic. Two bike mechanics and a prostitute. I'm surprised we haven't met already. So, what brings you down Little Male Street, boys?
Beers.
Because we're at the brewery. We're at the Geelong.
Beers and pizza.
Beers and pizza doesn't get much better mix than that.
And planning bike routes.
Really? What sort of biking? Like mountain biking or road biking?
Gravel biking.
Gravel biking, XC bikes. Cross bikes.
We'll pay it.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. Because we're sitting at the Geelong Brewery, which is a cool place to come. It's in the little square area. I could do some help here, Mick. At the square area at the back
I don't know if I can.
of Little Mel Street. Right? What's the lane there? It's Denny's Lane, just off Denny's Lane. And it's a cracker place. Come get a pizza, a beer. It's a good place to hang out. I don't know what time they're open. Is there... You work here? No. Where's the guy who go and work here? You're supposed to be here. 11 o'clock. What is it open until 11 o'clock? We'll get over there. Hang on. We'll just cut this bit. Yeah, well done, boys. So, what times are your opening hours over Christmas?
Well, we will be shut Christmas Day, Boxing Day, but we should be open all the lead up to Christmas. Yeah.
And how's trading been leading up to Christmas?
Yeah, pretty good. Christmas parties are always a big hit this time of year, so yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And over January, you getting a holiday or you staying open?
No, we'll stay open. Yeah.
Best time of the year? Yeah, fantastic. Merry Christmas.
To you too.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, sir. How are you?
I'm very
Merry
good.
Christmas. What's your name?
Bernard.
Bernard, you are handsomely dressed up tonight.
You reckon I'm all the dressed for on here?
I think you've got the theme.
Well, there's another 100 of us coming.
Another 100 people in tuxedos as good as that.
Yeah.
What's on tonight down Little Mel Street?
Down the Geelong Food and Wine Society.
That's
dinner.
fantastic. Yeah. Oh, excellent. Did you have a great 23? 22, I should say.
22, yeah.
Yeah. And for 23, a good year coming?
Of course.
Oh, cool. Do you go for the Cats?
Yep.
So we're back to back this year, right? Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
The sad thing is, Gareth, I think you're still one of the better dressed people in Rural Street.
I think so too, Michael.
No, he was in Little Mel Street.
Merry Christmas down Mallet Street. Best place in the world. Happy Australian Christmas.
He's a familiar
voice,
Gareth.
folks. It isn't the famous Darryl Reid. How are you, mate?
I'm good.
How was your 22?
Yeah, it was all right. Could have been better.
Excellent. You look fantastic in the jacket today, mate.
Thank you.
You've done quite well. Very Christmas your colours.
This is standard.
This is what you get to get around in Little Mallet Street. Apparently, I'm more upper dressed than most people.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Yeah, fair safe bet. And what brings you down Little Mallet Street?
I'm going home, mate. What are you?
Going home. I'm just interviewing the punters, mate. It's all good. And what, any Christmas wishes?
Just be safe.
Be safe.
Be safe. Get out and come down here and support these guys.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
It.
Thanks, Del. Appreciate it. Take it easy, mate. Oh, folks, I see you, my favourite man in Little Mallet Street. Yeah, hey.
Santa, what's up?
Hello, Sandy. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right,
If
mate.
this isn't the most famous man in Geelong, if not Victoria-Australia,
Oh, you're being a bit silly,
he's
Santa.
my favourite.
I'm on the naughty list, though, that's for sure.
We're all on the naughty list, mate. Don't worry about that. So this is Andy Popjoy of Piano Bar. Absolute rip and black, and what a great establishment. How you been, mate?
I'm all right. Yeah, we're getting through it. Almost through the silly season, so it's just
almost through it. This would be the up season for you. This would be like Christmas.
What it's all about, you know, and it's just night after night after night. And we just back it up.
How good is that?
Get to sleep in February. So.
Sleep in February. So open. Are you open all through the Christmas period?
Yeah, just
January?
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Yeah, well, up until January, and then we'll just do our normal trading hours then, and we just want to get everyone who brings their friends and family down to Geelong, get them out here.
Absolutely.
Check out what the West End's all about.
Absolutely. What do you reckon, Mick? Bloody fantastic.
I just want to ask, after a couple of really tough years during COVID, how have we rebounded in 2022?
Oh, well, you know, we've had to just cut back where we can and just work out the best way forward. There's no missteps in this post-COVID economy, and you've got to make sure everyone feels very safe and feels very welcome when they come out. It's the main thing. So still a bit of apprehension out there, still a lot of last-minute cancellations with COVID, but by and large, the sentiment is back.
It's back. You heard it here, folks.
Yep.
And so, you know, get down Little Mallet Street, but when you come here, don't just go home early after you had that feed. Get into Piano Bar.
Exactly.
Get into Piano Bar. It's the best place to be.
Then get into Beavs.
He literally has to carry me out. That's the only way he gets me out. So well done, Andy.
Is he allowed back in?
Yeah, of course.
I've got my own little side
entrance. The band's over.
It's all good. Well, Andy.
Good, man. Awesome.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Awesome, Gareth. Thanks.
Thanks,
awesome, mate.
Well, we got to chat to some of the greatest and finest that Geelong has to offer.
I apologise to all of you.
Anyway, that was great fun,
Good fun.
and great initiative by you, JK.
I don't mind getting out there, it's fine.
JK?
Yeah, it's all good fun.
So anyway, as we wrap up, that's our final episode for 2022. We just like to thank everyone that's involved in the show. Obviously Chris and Johnny behind the cameras there, John Helmer at Salador, obviously Cam O'Keefe, all the guests that we've had, and particularly all the support.
And the people who watch it.
Yeah.
Because we do get phone calls and emails and people who watch it asking questions stuff, which surprises both of us. But it is appreciated, so thank you very much.
Yep.
But I guess the other thing we can say is there's plenty of episodes on the YouTube channel. So when you're in your caravan down at Wye River somewhere or Polar Bay, look up some of our old episodes perhaps and have a look. So
anyway, if you want to hear from us,
if you're really bored,
don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, have a safe and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And Props will be back in 2023.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.